What's up, everybody? Wait, where's Soul?
Oh, does it smell like a little bitch in here?
Oh my God, he actually done it.
Oh yeah.
Oh my. Okay. Well, in that case, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the one-man show of I'm taking to the table. No, I'm joking. Yes. Wow. Big man title. Okay. Let me just set everything up first. First off, welcome everybody to the not to the first episode, but to the review episode of Taken to the Table, hosted by Wrestling Republic. Obviously, I am joined by the freshly crowned Soul. Welcome to the show, Soul. How you doing this glorious day?
Fucked.
Fair enough. I can understand why. For those that don't know, I haven't been following Wrestling Republic on Instagram. First off, what you doing? Make sure you follow us. Soul it has was not only watching the show, he was actually there in person watching the pay-per-view of AEW Revolution, and then you can understand why he is probably his voice is very hoarse and just probably still amped up from all the energy that he's given to the pay-per-view. So
yeah, very much so.
And not only that, he's also got the AEW championship right there. Right there, he stole from Hangman Adam Page.
Well,
so
it was confusing with two Adams in the ring, so I thought up a bit.
I'm sure. But of course, we're going to be obviously talking about the pay-per-view that's happened last night. Obviously the fallout, what could possibly happen afterwards. And we're going to do obviously give our overall rating of the pay-per-view as well. Some other additional news. There's a major injury that we've just found out as well regarding a top AEW star, as well as a certain game company is having major talks with WWE games. So we're going to obviously look into that. And yeah, exactly. but yeah, that's all. Say again.
I just said I hate that company.
Don't we all? But yeah, we're going to be obviously going into all that. But without further ado, let's take it to the table. Okay. So my coughing should be subsided a bit better now than from last time, because I know I was coughing all over the place when I was on the stream with Ben, the owner of Wrestling Republic. But yeah, like I said, we're going to be talking about AEW Revolution. That is what we are here for. Yeah, from the get-go, obviously I'm gonna be going by the TV version, but from the person that was actually at the venue at the pay-per-view, what was that for? How was that like for you?
I can't even describe it, mate. Honestly, it was just balls to the wall, fucking energetic. Every match, everything, no matter what it was, everyone was just going for it.
And this was your first pay-per-view for any company, isn't it?
Correct.
See, that is one way to enter into the world of live entertainment, well, wrestling entertainment for sure.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine how all the wrestling fans are amped up, and the atmosphere must be crazy. And I can only imagine. I can't wait to go to an AEW pay-per-view myself, man. And yeah, hopefully one day you get to obviously go to a WWE pay-per-view and hopefully compare the two and see what they are like. But
I'm not itching for it.
You're not itching for WrestleMania? You're not itching for WrestleMania? Okay, fair enough. But yeah, from the TV perspective, for our less common folk, we had to obviously watch it on TV. But it didn't take away the fact that the show was freaking solid. Obviously, I was a bit hesitant to because of how lengthy the pay-per-view was. I was getting flashbacks of WrestleMania 36, 2019's one. And yeah, that was absolute dumpster fire. But I think it didn't really feel that long. I think each match didn't really outstay its welcome. And yeah, there was like a lot of memorable moments in quite a few matches as well, which we're gonna obviously go through. And I don't think anyone can can say that this was below average pay-per-view. I think this was very, very, very good. The streak keeps on going in terms of the quality that AEW provides in their pay-per-views to make it well worth your money and time. Yeah, that's what I can say from the get-go. And even the pre-show, I say, was quite solid as well. Would you say as well?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, honestly, looking at the match card, I didn't think there was like a toilet break match at all.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, for me, there was some matches that I'll be honest, there was a couple that I didn't really care for, but I didn't like. Sorry, I didn't leave the room or just whatever it's play in the background. I was still curious to see what was happening. So yeah, we're gonna obviously just go through the match card. First off, let's just go through the comments. Someone's joined in. Anthony Manzano, welcome to the stream. He says, "So, are you surprised that Jeff Hardy didn't debut last night and they're saving him for Dynamite this week?" Okay, go straight with the questions.
A question for me personally, I feel blessed.
Yeah.
I mean, we pretty much knew that Jeff Hardy's contract wasn't expiring until this coming Wednesday, so I wasn't really expecting it. What I was expecting was maybe more storytelling to get him in with the AHFO triple six-way match. But I definitely feel like maybe we'll see Jeff this Wednesday, if anything. Fuck my voice.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's still under the 90-day compete clause, man, even though because he didn't let his contract run out, he's still under that non-compete. So yeah, I don't think he's gonna go nuts and break that beforehand. So if he is actually finishing on Wednesday, more than likely either then or maybe the following week.
And what I can see on Wednesday as well, what they did last week, the trading card for Upper Deck. If he debuts at Wednesday, they could easily do a promotional thing for that Upper Deck card, maybe like a Jeff Hardy one for him coming in. Because what they usually do for their debuts, they had the Punk, Cole, and Danielson one, as well as the Keith Lee one last week. So I could see if Jeff comes in on Wednesday, we'll get that Upper Deck card, which I will fucking buy 5 copies of and resell on eBay. Because I need to make my money back because I'm broke.
Fair play, especially with that. After you got that title.
Oh, not just this Chaos. I bought something else.
Jesus Christ, you went all in at the Fan Fest, didn't you?
Let me put this thing down. It's fucking heavy.
That is a mammoth flipping hell.
Oh.
That'll be new.
Yeah, it's fucking. That's all for me,
man. Fair enough. Well, yeah, let's just get into the matches. So obviously we're going to start with the buy-in, of course. So the first match was, of course, Leila Hirsch versus Chris Statlander. I ain't gonna lie, this one was one of the lesser rivalries that I cared for. I know this has been ongoing for a few months now, but it was mainly the main friction was between Leila and Chris Statlander. Yeah, it was okay. It was a good showing from Leila. I think she has potential. I just think that because of her, I feel like she has potential, but she's not smooth. Like I kind of put her in the same category as I feel with Luchasaurus. Sorry, excuse me. As in terms of like they're athletic, they're good, but they're not smooth with it yet. So like you can see like they have to really set themselves up, or like if they don't get it right, then it just looks really awkward and just a bit clunky, if you know what I mean. But I feel it was I think probably her strongest showing that I've seen from Leila in this match. What was your thoughts on this one?
I was actually kind of digging this match a lot. I felt that I felt like if they were going to start the buy-in, it was either this or the hook match. And I just personally really like Leila in the ring. I was really shocked that she won it. I honestly thought Chris was going to win it and then move into the TBS championship picture. But
yeah,
I enjoyed it. Yeah, I'm all for Leila Hirsch.
Ain't there an eliminator at the or something? Well, I'm kind of spoiling it already, but yeah, Leila won that match. Very surprising. This was going to be Chris Statlander's night, obviously, because it's she's the main baby face. But yeah, I thought it was a nice little surprise. I don't know. I think that I hope that feud is done now, that she can move on to better things. Sorry. But yeah, it was nice. Didn't overstay a welcome. It was just only 9 minutes 50 seconds.
Oh,
So that was that. Of course. Apologies. So yeah, next up was Hook versus QT Marshall. Now I'll be honest, I was having connection troubles with this, so I didn't get to see this match. How was the response to Hook in the crowd?
This fucker's over as fuck. Even before QT came out and did his thing, going into the arena, people were chanting for Hook. So this boy's over. He's loved by the AEW crowd. Everyone loves him. There was a lot of Hook merch. They were selling Hook merch exclusively at the arena as well. Like I think at the merch table there was I was there, shirts, Punk and MJF dog collar match, list of all the main title cards and Hook merch. So just showing that Hook's fucking loved.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I think he's definitely over. I believe that the match wasn't even that long. It was like 5 minutes. Apparently there was a couple scary moments where QT Marshall might have won, but yeah, he obviously the right person won. I think it's hella over. I love his theme. I love his presence. Like at such a young age, he's like he can go very far. I think with this win and now that this feud is pretty much over, I would say, I think now he should more show up on Dynamite now. And eventually, obviously, don't shoot him to the moon just yet. Still build him up and make him challenge for the TNT title. I think he's definitely got a very bright future. This guy, like he came out of nowhere.
From being a bodyguard at MJF's inaugural election thing last year at Dynamite to now this, he's definitely climbed up.
I did not know that. Okay, fair play. All right, fair enough. Yeah, he's definitely got a bright future. Going back to the comments, back on the previous match, Anthony says, honestly, I don't think Leila is ever going to win a championship. I don't find her intimidating as a heel champion for either the TBS championship or AEW. Yeah, I think just her promo work does let her down a bit. I feel like she should be like a silent type.
I would put Leila. I would put Leila as maybe she could be a female John Moxley if given the right stuff.
Yeah, she could definitely be hard hitting, very aggressive. Why not? Then yeah, soon see where she goes. Yeah, if used correctly, then yeah, then that could definitely happen. And he's also said another thing. I'm making a big prediction. I could see Hook being the one to take the FTW title away from Absolute Ricky Starks.
I would see if Ricky goes face, it'll be Hobbs or Hook. They'll take it off him.
Yeah, I think probably eventually that team Taz is going to fall. They're going to collapse eventually. So yeah, FTW title could be, but if the FTW title doesn't really mean much these days. Like it's not even part of the it's not an official title.
Yeah, it's like I think that's just the whole concept of it though, because it's Taz's title from ECW and it's meant not to be recognized by any promotion. So I think it's a hard one. I like the title. I think it looks good. Like I would happily lose all my money and buy a replica of that one and then be forever broke. But ever since Cage, it felt big with Cage having it.
Cage? Did he have it?
Yeah, Brian Cage.
Oh, Brian Cage. Oh, I was thinking Christian Cage. I forgot about Brian. Sorry, my bad. I was confused. Okay. Yeah. It did feel a bit more meaningful with him when he had it, and he kind of embodied the FTW statement. So, yeah, with Ricky Starks up have it. Yeah, I can't take it that seriously. Maybe that's why. But yeah, who knows? Yeah, I wouldn't mind him having the FTW title. Why not? Why not? So yeah, then the final match. Oh, in between then there was a little tease of Kenny Omega.
So did this happen on the video feed? So when we were in the arena and when Chris came out, Kenny's Titantron hit instead of I was looking at it and I was like, oh, that doesn't look like Chris. And I saw Kenny's silhouette doing the pose. I was like, that's fucking Kenny. What the fuck? And it just went straight to Chris. I was like, all right, okay. And then Tony came out, and I thought like, oh, is this going to be like a swerve, like a signing or something, like a wee, like, oh, they're going to swerve us and do something. But then fucking Kenny's team hit, and everyone lost their collective shit. Like there was people running in from the line upstairs, throwing their beers to the side, trying to rush
my
to their
God.
seat to get see Kenny. Like those $14 beers were worth
Oh,
less than seeing Kenny Omega. And oh my God, I would imagine how pissed they would have been when the scum of the earth, Don Callis, came out.
Don Callis. Yeah, he trolled everyone, and yeah, just a fake tease. I'm pretty sure yeah, he's definitely due to come back. He's probably going to come back just before Double or Nothing, I'd say. To carry on this Civil War stick that's happening. But yeah, that happened. But then obviously after that, there was of course the next match was the House of Black versus Eric Redbeard, Penta Discero, and Pac, which was also another solid match, I must say. This was good. It was nice to see where like Eric mixing up with all his former, well, most of his former WWE colleagues, with Buddy, and obviously Alistair and Pac. Yeah, good chemistry all around. I thought, yeah, this was a solid tag team match. What was it? How was it like for you?
Mate, Eric Redbeard and fucking Brody King are big meaty men who are fucking don't give a shit. They were over as fuck, just slapping each other and fucking hard hitting moves, and it was
Yes,
like, but
yeah.
All in all, this fucking slaps. I was happy with this.
Yeah.
I kind of do. I wish this was on the main card. I mean, maybe, but I mean, the fact that we got to see it when it wasn't really announced until Rampage, I take it. I got my money's worth.
Yeah, definitely. It lived up to the hype. It could have definitely stayed on the or been put on the main card. But yeah, it was still solid enough to obviously have everyone that's watching on YouTube and everything just get hyped up and maybe possibly buy the pay-per-view if they weren't really sold on it. But yeah, it was nice. It was a very nice match to get the crowd going. And then yeah, it was I think it was the House of Black that won, wasn't it? Yeah, it
House
was.
of Black one
Yeah.
with Malachi splitting miss into Eric Redbeard.
Yes.
I think.
Yeah.
Was it Brody who went for the pin, or was it Buddy?
Yeah, it was Brody. It was Brody. Yeah, he hit the running knee, the jumping knee, I should say, and then Brody hit this definitely like it was like some weird pile driver type of move, and then yeah, took out Eric. But yeah, it was cool, and it lives up to their new slogan, "The house always wins." Yeah, everyone looked strong in the match. Very, very well done. And yeah, that was pretty much the buy-in show. So that led up to the start of the main card, which was of course starting with Eddie Kingston versus Chris Jericho. Now, I want to know your thoughts on that. What was your hype level coming into this match?
I was feeling pretty good at the House of Black, but I was actually like I downgraded myself because I thought the AHFO and Sting Derby match was going to start it off. So as soon as fucking Fozzy hit, like things went from 3 to fucking 14. Everyone just jumped up, and it was the fucking crowd singing. Oh God! I mean, seeing Fozzy live as well, so it was like I've seen Fozzy live, so that was good as well. So I know, like, yeah, people love this fucking song.
Yeah. I'm sure. I still have yet to know that song word for word, so because I want to know it word for word when they come to the UK eventually. But yeah, I thought this was if it weren't for the promos that they had, I would have not cared for this match. But because of like the great chemistry they have with each other prior to this match, I was just like, yeah, I want to see what the outcome is going to be with this. The right person won, I'd say. Chris Jericho was pretty much fully gone heel in this match. And you know, he was flipping the crowd. He was just doing heelish moves.
Yeah, he pushed Audrey as well.
Yeah, he did like numerous code breakers to Eddie. He did the but then obviously Eddie Kingston persevered, hit multiple spinning back fists, and then he did like some weird submission that got the win. He was surprised at the end. He was just like, "Did I win? Are you serious? Did I freaking win?" And then yeah, he went out and said like, "Hey, you promised, at the end of the match, if I won, you're gonna shake my hand." And Chris Jericho said he couldn't do it. He said he just can't do it, and he walked off. People are saying this was a bit of a surprise. Do I think it was? No, not really. I thought he was either going to walk away or even do a low blow. Instead, he chose to obviously walk away, and I guess the story continues. Were you happy with the finish?
Yeah, Eddie needed this, and I like Eddie as well, so I was happy.
It's still over.
Oh fuck yeah, the crowd loved that motherfucker so much.
Yeah.
I honestly felt like when at the end they were going to do the shake the hand, it was going to be a recreation of that Shawn Michaels Jericho Mania.
Yeah.
Like, oh, here it comes. And then we got swerved again, so it was a swerving night.
Oh yeah, almost literally as well, which we'll get into. So yeah, that was a good, nice little start off to the night. Next up was, I believe it was the triple threat tag team match between Red Dragon, Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, and Young Bucks. Now, are you surprised? Like everyone's moaning about like, oh, when it comes to multiple tag team matches, AEW is like, so it's a spot fest. It's a spot fest. Now, I'm not saying that this one didn't have spots, but I think they were evenly spaced out. And yeah, the combination, the chemistry is absolutely insane. Like, what was it like there?
Mate, no one was sitting down for this match. Everyone was on their feet, fucking hands up in the air, and oh my god, I want a 60-minute match with Red Dragon and Young Bucks now.
Yes, yeah, 110%. Yes, I'm definitely there. Like, obviously, the breakdown was going to happen. Like, they were trying to have this teamwork thing, and but ultimately, communications broke down. Obviously, at the end of the day, they're going to go for the title eventually. And it was just absolutely great. There's too many crazy spots to really count.
The one that sticks out in my mind is the super kick with Kyle just flying back on the ropes and coming back up and then down and then up, and then he just went for a double takedown.
Yes,
that was fucking great.
Another one that I like was when Jungle Boy ran up and he did a what is it? Was it a Hurricanrana?
Yeah, Hurricanrana.
And then he did a German suplex afterwards.
Oh,
seamless.
This fucker. You look at every single guy lined up there, even Luchasaurus. I know people shit on Luchasaurus as well, but he was fucking pulling.
This was his best out, and I actually tolerated him the most in this match. I think everything was worked out perfectly for him. 110%.
Just look at that. I just fucking it was beautiful. I want to see more of this shit. Like, people shit on Luchasaurus and all that shit, but the man fucking pulled all the stuff. That was probably his best outing ever.
Yeah, definitely. Even though he slightly messed up the ending, because I don't know if you saw it from your angle, but obviously when he did the spinning kick on one of the Jacksons, he didn't connect it. He actually Nick, or was it Matt? One of them. He actually had to reach out his hand for it to somewhat connect, and then that's when they set up the backdrop into a power bomb. So it was a bit of a botchy ending.
I didn't see the botch. I from where I was saying, it was like perfectly connecting, and then I was just
from where you saw, I could understand that. Yeah, but definitely if you watch it and you slow mo it, he missed a mile off, and the Jackson had to reach out his hand for it to somewhat briefly brush him. It was really weird. But yeah, great match. Happy for the Jurassic Express to still keep the titles. And the feud continues between Young Bucks and Red Dragon. Let's see where it goes from there. So yeah, definitely solid match. Definitely was the high point for the pay-per-view. Let's go back to the comments. Anthony says, so do you guys think this is a slow disintegration of the Inner Circle, because it seems like Santana Ortiz are going to go with Eddie Kingston and Sammy going on his own?
Yeah, the Inner Circle is pretty much done because they had that family meeting thing, and I pretty much knew it was done and dusted by there.
Yeah, I'm pretty much. I think Inner Circle's pretty much done now. I did like obviously they might get together for like a reunion, like a one-off reunion of some kind.
Inner Circle about to become the AEW Generation X,
something like that. Yeah, because they are the OGs. But yeah, I don't think anyone's pining for them to reunite.
I also find it funny that his comment didn't mention Jake Hager.
Shit, that got me coughing mad. Yeah, that's hilarious. It's Inner Circle plus one. Like you don't really care for Jake Hager, I guess. That's the thing. Like, because he didn't really do much during this whole time. He's always too busy training for Bellator, in it. So like whatever, innit? But yeah, going back to this match, definitely the highlight of the night, 110%, hands down. Next up was the Face of the Revolution ladder match, which consisted of Orange Cassidy, Wardlow, Keith Lee, Christian Cage, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Ricky Starks. Lots of meat in this one. Pause. But yeah, definitely a very interesting match that could have went either way, really, in terms of the outcome. I think I had like 3 possible people winning this match. But yeah, what was the energy like for this match? So
after the tag match, everyone was pretty settled, sitting down and like just getting chill. And then the crew brought out the fucking ladders, and everyone just stood up shouting, "Ladder match!" Fuck, here we go. There was no sitting down for this one. You're getting back up. Everyone, even I think everyone was pretty much over coming out for their entrances. Maybe a bit less for Starks, which was surprising.
Okay,
but I had one pick to win this, and I was happy with my pick winning because it was right and deserved for him to win it.
Yeah, 100%. My pick was like I said, it was going to be 3. It was either going to be Keith Lee, Wardlow, or even Starks. I was kind of thinking of a little twist with Starks. One of those 3 did win, but regarding the match itself, cool spots in there, a lot of memorable bits. There was one bit where they went up to the announcers booth, Keith Lee and Powerhouse Hobbs. And then they were just brawling there, and then all of a sudden you see Wardlow literally come from the back, like backstage, and then just bulldoze them, and then they just crashed and burned down to the table that at the bottom. What else was there? There was like the helicopter thing with the ladder that Orange Cassidy was doing. There was one way that I think they caught it and they lifted it off him, but then all of a sudden he did like some random like
roll, and he was on top of the ladder and he just stood up for the ring. That was
that was cool. It was pretty good. I mean, but yeah, the right person won, I'd say. Wardlow obviously grabbed that Sonic ring / hemorrhoid ring / brass ring from the top. They really believe in this guy 110%.
He deserves it. He is over as fuck. I mean, they were playing his theme pretty much every day I was there. Just in
really?
Yeah.
See, I mean, like, I guess now it's slowly starting to grow on me because I just can't take the beginning of it too seriously. I hate that this is war, but yeah, it's like, but it's other than that, it's a decent theme. But they have a lot.
Should we speak about who got injured during this match?
Yes. So in the midst of this match, it was Orange Cassidy that unfortunately suffered a serious shoulder injury during this match. I'm not sure. I need to watch the match again to find out where exactly, but there was a specific amount of time that he was gone, like he was not seen for the whole match.
So the way we saw it in the arena was when I think it was Keith Lee who chucked Cassidy over and Cage and Starks caught him.
Yes. So many apologies. There we go.
Fucking hotel had a power cut. That's fun.
Something happened, yeah. But yeah, not to worry. So yeah, what was he saying? I didn't mean to cut you off there.
When Cassidy had his wee little spot, he came around basically where the hard cam was facing, and you could just see the doctors were just checking on him, and Audrey as well for like the remainder of the match.
Right.
And he was there pretty much since that spot. That's where he was until the whole ending. So it seemed like something was up.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, definitely, he definitely overshot it, but I thought it was okay because they caught him, but then Christian Cage was trying to quietly, subtly try to see if he was all right, and then he was just gone. So hopefully, it's not too serious, but they're all saying it is quite bad, but he's had a bad luck of injuries lately.
Yeah, I think because he's so over, they use him quite a fair bit for everything, and I think maybe it's time for him to give him a wee bit of a rest.
Yeah, definitely. There's nothing wrong with him for wrestlers to take some time off and make us miss you kind of thing, and then obviously when he comes back, he's going to get that crazy pop. He's so over, so he's not going to miss anything major. So definitely. So Anthony says in the comments, Chaos, I disagree with you. For me, it was between Wardlow, Hobbs, and Keith Lee. Oh man, sorry, apologies. Fair enough.
Everyone has their picks. We're allowed to have different opinions. We can be as fickle and as non-fickle as we want to be.
100%. He says we already know Wardlow was turning babyface with how he was reacting to Shawn Spears, constantly hitting his opponents after he won the match with his steel chair.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, but I feel like him getting the TNT title shot also reflects the storyline with his contract with MJF, because technically Wardlow isn't all elite. Remember that.
Wait, what's it? Say again?
Wardlow's not all elite.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure.
So what? He's working on the verbal contract? What do you mean?
I feel like it's for storyline purposes. He's technically not all elite.
Oh yeah, sorry. No, I get you now because he works for because MJF owns his contract. Yeah. Okay, I get you. Yeah. That's true. They're gonna have to work that in somehow, definitely. But I think that's gonna be the next major feud for him with MJF, which we're obviously gonna get into shortly. Next up, there's obviously Wardlow won, so he's obviously going to get a TNT Championship title shot against the winner of the match on Wednesday, which is going to be between Sammy Guevara and Scorpio Sky. And the winner of that will obviously will face Wardlow at St. Patrick's Day Slam.
Yeah.
So they build it against the title versus streak, the streak that no one cares about, by the way. I forgot that Scorpio Sky was on a streak, so
I didn't.
It's been undefeated for a year. Yeah, it's the forgotten streak of all time. But yeah, that's that. Next up was of course Jade Cargill versus Ty Conti for the TBS Championship. Now,
so let me just jump in here. It happened at the arena. I don't know if you can hear it at home, folks. There were these 3 white lassies sitting around the corner who were up in their seats doing like the flicky finger thing for this match. And my God, I think people were more interested in that than the match, because everyone was they were fucking screaming, hollering, had a bottle of Prosecco in a hand or some shit like that. And it was just, oh my God.
Oh, wow.
Did you hear that on stream? Could you hear shrieking?
No. I did hear a couple on the off and off chance, but I did. It wasn't distracting. I don't think it was that bad. There's a couple of times. But yeah, I mean,
probably them. But overall, yeah, I mean, Jade's over. By the way, Jade's over as fuck with the crowd.
Yeah, 100%. I love the outfit that she came out, had this Mortal Kombat thing going.
Jade from Mortal Kombat. My God.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm more of a katana person myself, but Jade's all right.
Katana. Yeah. Fair enough.
Remember when AEW did that katana cosplay?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah. Yes. The match, back to the match.
Yes, back to the match. Yeah, I mean, this was okay, but I feel like for me, this would have been great on Rampage.
Could have been great for the pre-show.
It would have been great on the pre-show. I just feel like because of the level of expectations that is expected at a AEW pay-per-view, this one kind of got lost in the shuffle in that, and it didn't like it just had that TV show feel, not a pay-per-view feel. I didn't think that Ty Conti was going to win. Like, I think they're still obsessed with the streak. And
I had slight hopes. I had slight hopes that she was going to win it, because the only other person I could see taking the title off Jade is maybe Chris Statlander now.
Maybe it's going to be a while because he just lost.
Who else is a face on the roster that can really take it off her?
Ruby Soho might get another chance, but she's been put down to dark now, so I don't know.
Yeah, Ruby maybe.
They need to really build her up again because since that loss that she had at the finals, she hasn't been the same. So they will have to build her back up again, which I have wholehearted trust for them doing. So
maybe. Maybe Shida. Maybe Shida.
Maybe Shida. Anthony says Nyla Rose. I don't know about Nyla Rose.
She's a heel, I'm pretty sure still.
Yeah, she's still a heel. I don't know about Nyla Rose. I feel like she's had her time as champ, and it wasn't that great. It wasn't that memorable. So I don't know. We'll see. I'll probably say Ruby Soho eventually, but it's not going to be anytime soon. But regarding this match, it was okay, but I think it would have been better on Rampage, or like you said, the buy-in. But not to say that the match was rubbish. It just was. It was a standard, very standard. Good showing for Ty Conti. She was so far. I think she was her biggest threat to her championship.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Yeah. But we'll see. We'll see what happens from there. Then next up was, of course, CM Punk versus MJF in the dog collar match. Now we gotta dive in this. I got to close this down, and then we gotta have like in-depth talk about this match right now.
Pleasure.
Now, just talk to that. What was the energy for this, man? Was everyone hyped for this in there? Was this the go-to match? Was this the most looked forward match in the crowd? Because it was definitely for me. Like, I couldn't wait for this to happen.
So I'll say this: when I came into the arena, people were lining up for the merch table already. And by the time I came out after this match, all the CM Punk versus MJF dog collar match t-shirts were sold out.
Jeez. That's what I'm talking about. Okay.
Something was done right. When the match graphic was shown, there was already CM Punk chants going on immediately. I was one of them, so and then Cult of Personality hit. Feeling that song in those bass boosted fucking sound systems. I've seen AC/DC live, and their fucking sound setup is intense. You could feel that beat in your fucking legs. But there's something about Cult of Personality hitting. A song that I've seen on all these past pay-per-views in WWE, everything, but just hearing it live was fucking exceptional. Like, the experience I cannot describe wholeheartedly. And then FGS music hit, and the fucking booze rained.
Yes.
Oh, that cheeky fucker. He fucking hated. But then after it did die down, it went dark. Everyone was a bit confused. And then the boom. Misery Cantata. AFI Red. Punk's ROH theme.
Yep.
My fucking God. I was screaming. People were like, oh, what's that? My cunt ass is screaming, it's this ROH theme. It's this fucking ROH theme. Because building up to this, I didn't listen to Cult of Personality on my phone while walking about because I wanted to experience it live. I was listening to Misery Cantata all the time around here. Like,
wow.
I'm not going to expect it. And then I look back at Punk's promo that was shown on Rampage, like, you're going to get the old CM Punk. And I was like, oh, it'd be funny if he used Misery Cantata. That'd be funny if he used that. I don't know the licensing issues. Like, the fact that I could say, like, oh, I've seen CM Punk wrestle live, but I've seen him come out to Misery Cantata. That's something I'm going to hold with me for a long time.
Fair play. Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, I was confused for a second as to what was happening, but now it made sense. Then yeah, like he proper played to the fact that he said, yeah, you're gonna get the old CM Punk, and he weren't fucking playing. His attire was
his attire was his old ROH stuff as well. The X's on the side, the X's on the back, Punk as well down the legs, the whole Nike jacket as well, and it's just, oh my god,
played it to a T, man. Played it to a freaking T.
I will say this might be a bit controversial as well with some people, but I think this was maybe Punk's third or second best match ever.
Ooh. I mean, in terms of, if you put in also with the terms of the storytelling and everything in the promos, I wouldn't disagree with you. I would not disagree with you.
If I had to say Punk's best 3 matches, him and Cena at Money in the Bank.
Yes.
Him and Joe 2 at ROH. And this.
Okay. Fair play. Yeah. 110% Punk and Cena. This one more of his most memorable ones. Yeah. I would have to see Joe, him against Joe at ROH. Definitely have to see that. But yeah, it was everything was just done perfectly. The storytelling was great. They were shouting at each other all constantly. Like, I remember MJF was asking for a mic, and he even shouted to the guy, "Give me a fucking mic!"
Oh, did you hear that on the stream? We were all like, "Oh, he swore." Oh, was it?
Yeah. Probably swore, and then Tony was apologizing profusely, saying, "Sorry about that. Did not mean it," or whatever. And then he was
he comes down to Punk, and he's like, "Oh, you left me. You're gonna leave us again." And then Punk's just like, "Eat shit, Max," and just fucking
eat shit, Max. Yes. It was just absolutely great. Obviously I saw a lot of people talking online saying like sometimes a bit too slow at parts, but I think that was just obviously for them to play to their injuries, because there was body parts being shattered and crushed and everything. MJF's hand was getting crushed.
MJF's hand was done in. Punk's right knee or left knee was done in as well.
Yeah. It was absolutely the pacing and the storytelling was absolutely fucking great. And then obviously it was to the point where MJF was literally crying out for Wardlow. He was crying out for Wardlow.
Was he? I couldn't hear that shit, man. Oh, that just makes it better.
It was what, you didn't hear it?
No, I didn't hear it. I was too busy fucking trying to see him Punk.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, he was crying out for Wardlow, and then eventually comes out all dappered up. Someone said like it looks like a chihuahua with a 10-inch penis.
He's got that swagger walk. He's won his title shot, and he's coming out like, oh, it's my.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So he's coming out, and then MJF is asking like, "Give me the ring. You know what you need to do." So he's all searching for the ring, and he's like, "Oh shit, I think I lost it. I don't know. I can't find it. Whatever, I can't find it." And then eventually, CM Punk like yanks the chain, gives him a GTS, onto the thumbtacks afterwards, and then lo and behold, guess what? Wardlow finds the ring in his right pocket. I mean, you know how tricky them things can be. Like, you know, they're very finicky.
Fucking the worst.
You know, yeah, absolute worst. And he was just like, well, what do you know? And he just plops it right at the edge of the ring, and then walks off. And yeah, it looks like Wardlow has officially turned face. Now, Vince, this is how you build stars.
Mm-hmm.
You remember, this is how you build stars. Don't just randomly just give them an icy title and think that everything's okay. You know, this is what you call long-term
storytelling.
This is like, come on.
That Wardlow face turn was the biggest pop of the night.
That's what I'm saying. That is what I'm fucking saying, man. This is long-term investment into people that you care about, and don't always rely on Goldberg for Saudi Arabia. Anyway, so yeah, he leaves it there. CM Punk is obviously laughing to himself. He picks up the ring. He's obviously saying him to like get over here, and then he's like flips him off. MGF pretty much spits in CM Punk's face. He was like, "All right, doesn't matter. I'm going
out my way."
Yeah, I'm going out my way, and then he just wrecks him with the right hand. 1, 2, 3. CM Punk wins. Now I was fine with either man winning with this. I thought deep down it was going to be CM Punk because he needs to get his win back. It would have been a nice little swerve. Obviously, if he never wins against MJF, that would be 3 times. But yeah, if CM Punk won, I would have not minded. But yeah, it was absolutely a great finish, great end. And now the way he was signaling, it looks like he's going for the title next. So
fuck yes.
I think it's definitely do it while he's still hot. Let's see what happens. But yeah, I mean, were you fine with the outcome of this match? Of course you were fine with the outcome of this match, but
of course I was originally thinking MJF was going to win and move into the title picture with Hangman, but now that they've done the Wardlow face turn, I feel like MJF and Wardlow is what we're getting next for those two guys.
Yep.
And if Punk goes in the title picture, are we going to get heel Punk?
Maybe it's the only way for him to because he's not like to get the title. You can't be all happy go lucky. You gotta be pretty. So you could definitely get a heel. But
I don't give a shit.
But now I'm also wondering about what's going on with Hangman, because the reception that he was getting in this match was a bit interesting, which we'll get into afterwards. But yeah, I'm definitely here for CM Punk versus Hangman Adam Page. That is, keep on delivering these major stars to Hangman. He's done Danielson, he's done Archer, he's about to do Cole. That sounds so weird. Give him Punk. That's a big name. So yeah, I'm so here for it. That one was also like, obviously up until here, this was definitely the highest point in my opinion for the night. Obviously the tag team match was the highest high point, then it just went even further. And yeah, this was definitely probably my in my personal opinion, the match of the night, I would say.
Yeah, it was definitely that.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, so that was that match. Then I think it was shortly after this. This is when there was an announcement that came out. I mean, maybe obviously jumping ahead of the gun here, but yeah, it was another announcement that Tony Schiavone said that they've done another contract signing. They said obviously this was the same pay-per-view that we announced last year that Christian Cage was signed, and now they're going to do another one. And this was pretty much the worst kept secret in AEW, really. It was formerly known as Isaiah Swerve Scott that came out, who is now Swerve Strickland. Is that correct? Yeah,
Swerve Strickland.
He is now come All Elite. Great signing for AEW. He's freaking amazing. I know they would do it better than what, obviously, for those that don't know, regarding Swerve, he was a part of Hit Row, did massive things in NXT. As soon as him and that group went into the main roster, they got done dirty and got axed. B-Fab got released
one day, and then literally it was like B-Fab gone, roster gone, boom.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I have to be honest, I don't know anything at all about Swerve Strickland.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know too much about him either. I just know he had a big match with a high profile match in NXT when he was a solo act. I can't remember who he was facing. But yeah, then obviously this Hit Row gimmick, I didn't really follow him too much, but I know they were definitely over in NXT. And then when he went
the crowd were loving this guy. They were doing
he's hella over. I didn't realize he was that over.
They were doing like the Who's House, Swerve's house, and I didn't know. I was like, oh, is this a thing? Is this the thing we do? I don't know what the fuck this is.
Yeah.
And he just like this whole he commanded the crowd. He was like, shh, Who's house? Swerve's house. Whose house? It's like, fuck me, you've done your job, mate.
Definitely. So yeah, if I could definitely see him going for the TNT title. I think he's going to do great things. So that's a very, very good signing for them. And this will definitely bring more eyes to him than anywhere else. So yeah, happy for him. So let me just go back to the comments quickly. Anthony says, Chaos, I agree with CM Punk that he said that Maxwell was just basically a less famous Miz. Fair enough. Fair enough. I don't know. I don't want to say on that. I mean, yeah. Obviously, technically, he is less famous because obviously he hasn't got his own reality TV show. He hasn't got he hasn't got Maurice by his side. He hasn't got kids. Oh yeah, technically he's right. Say again.
Ms. and Mrs. Best Show on the network.
Yeah. If you say so, bro. What, better than Rose to the Top? Yeah.
Oh fuck yes.
But yeah, so yeah, that was obviously that big signing. Then the next match was Dr. Britt Baker against Thunder Rosa for the AEW Championship.
I gotta say something first. I missed half of this match.
Oh, so this was your toilet match? Boo!
No, it wasn't. It wasn't my toilet match. I bought something.
Oh, what was it? Oh, hold on. Stay there. Hold on. Boop. Yeah.
So this is the AEW Revolution poster, signed by, from top left to right, Luchasaurus, Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson, Jungle Boy, Moxley, Keith Lee, Scorpio Sky, Hangman Adam Page, Chris Jericho, Britt Baker, Jade Cargill, CM Punk, Adam Cole, Thunder Rosa, Hook, Darby Allin, Malachi Black, and Orange Cassidy.
And again, this is the last time you're gonna see this guy because he's constantly taking the piss. Like, what?
The funny thing was, I wasn't initially going to buy it. I was initially going to look for the CM Punk dog collar match because it was right after, and I was like, yeah, I want to commemorate this match. And then I saw that there, I was like, oh, fuck it. This is a one in a lifetime opportunity. Why not?
Hell yeah. Dare I ask, how much did that set you back?
$500.
Hold on.
Not cool. Totally lame.
I had to though. I had to.
Jesus, this is how your wallet must have felt like.
Nah, I think my wallet's more Paul London getting fucking clothesline guys.
Oh man, sorry, apologies. Damn, I didn't think it was that bad. That's the same amount as a freak. That was how much I paid for the world heavyweight title.
That was more. Way fucking.
Oh Jesus! All right, fair enough. But I lost.
Yeah, apparently there was a new belt unveiled, and I had no fucking clue.
Yes, I even got it right here. So you got a nice upgrade. This is the new women's title.
Fucking imagine me coming, like, I saw Thunder Rosa's entrance and Britt Baker's entrance, like, oh, that's fine. Come back, and then I see pretty much like the last 10 minutes of the match or something like that. And I see this new thing get lifted up. I was like, what the fuck is that?
It's bigger than Britt Baker. It was huge. But this is a nice upgrade. I am feeling this title. It is much better than the original one, in my opinion.
The 2 penny.
Yeah, the squash flat two pennies. Yeah. I felt this was a nice upgrade. Definitely more fitting of the you could take it more seriously.
Mm-hmm.
It was befitting. Now everyone's been very divisive about the overall winner of this match. People are saying like, okay, it's Britt Baker. She needs more meaningful wins. People are starting to be actually getting sick and tired of Britt Baker actually keep on winning.
Not in the crowd, mate. DMD was over as fuck still.
Really? Okay, fair enough. Yeah, it's been very divisive online. Again, when I say online, I'm thinking Twitter. And when you say Twitter, you take everything with a grain of salt with Twitter. I
was expecting Thunder Rosa to win because I feel like she's the one that has to take it off Britt with their history and storyline, as well as our hometowns next week as well in Dynamite. This week at Dynamite is her hometown, I'm pretty sure. So
yes,
we're all lined up pretty well, but apparently she got injured at Dynamite last week.
Okay, could have fooled me. I think she did quite well.
Yeah, I mean, who knows?
I mean, yeah. There was definitely a lot of moments where, like, Britt was definitely holding her title by a thread. Like, there was numerous times where she She was out for the count. She tapped out as well at one point. She but there was a lot of interference from both Jamie Hayter and Rebel outside.
Yeah,
There
that was the lowest point of the match. The crowd.
Yeah,
really
there was a lot of shenanigans. 100%. But again, I think that's why people are getting sick and tired of Britt Baker, because before, like, it feels like she can't stand on her own. She has to rely on these people, but she's good enough to actually defeat people on her own. But yeah, for some reason, I think because they feel like she's been watered down because she gets help from these two guys, that she feels like a coward champion, when I think she doesn't have to be a coward champion. No. So I think that's why people are getting a bit sour on her. But if you say that she was still over in the crowd, then yeah, they'll obviously take that into perspective. But yeah, but God knows what's going on. I don't know when or if Thunder Rosa is going to get a chance again. I thought this was the perfect time for that to happen. But yeah, I was fine with whoever to win on this match. So Anthony says, I'm fine with Britt winning the match, but how she constantly keeps on winning, how she constantly keeps winning is annoying. I understand she's a heel, but she can't win on her own merits without help. Well, yeah, that's exactly what I said. I think she's definitely capable of it, but because of shenanigans and her crew, it really dampens the title reign, and it makes it a bit it just dampens it. It's a bit annoying. He also says, what happened with Mercedes Martinez? I thought she would be at ringside to counteract Rebel and Jamie Hayter. I don't know. It would make sense for it to maybe eventually help out eventually.
I mean, she was there. She was there. She was used for the dark matches, so it's not like she wasn't in Orlando.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, so yeah, fuck knows what happened. It would make sense for it to come and save, keep Rebel and Thingy at bay. But yeah, fuck knows. But I guess I don't know. I don't know if they're actual friends or they just respect. I don't know.
It's like a common enemy sort of thing.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, other than that, it was okay. It was a decent match. Like this guy was busy buying a 500-pound collectible. God damn it. So yeah, that was that match. Next up was, of course, now Jon Moxley versus Bryan Danielson. Now, this was surprising, especially the ending. My
God. Do you want to just get the ending? Because your boy came back.
Your boy came. Yeah, definitely. We'll get into the match afterwards, but yeah, let's just skip to the end. So of course, there was a little brawl at the end. There was obviously all these goobers coming out with the security trying to break them up. Didn't really work out, and this felt like as if their dad basically came out to break up the brothers.
Coming out with his belt taken off, right?
Yeah,
right, I'm back from getting milk. What the fuck is going on here?
Basically, it was literally came out, and then he's just like, really, really good. Coming from the side, a huge pop. He sounded loud.
Oh my God. So I don't know how you saw it on TV, but we immediately saw him come. If the ramp's dead center, then we immediately saw him come around in that fucking iconic suit of his. And everyone was like, Regal. I was like, fucking yes, mate.
Nice.
I never expected it. The most unexpected thing of the night.
110%. Yeah, because when it cut to him, I think it was just about finishing coming from the side, and then it was just like, oh shit, it's William Regal. And then it was a nice surprise. He came up and he basically was trying to keep the peace with both Danielson and Jon Moxley. And not only that, he basically slapped the taste out of Jon Moxley, headbutted him as well, so he had a red nose, red forehead, and he was just like, calm down. And then Daniel was like, yeah, you tell him, Dad. And then he came up and slapped the taste out of Bryan Danielson's mouth as well.
Did you see Bryan's face?
Yeah, he was like, he was about to cry. It looks like his ass whooped from. It just looked like the dad was basically saying, like, right, you two brothers, shake hands right now, basically. And then he basically, they eventually reluctantly shook hands. Now, this probably is going to be the mentor to start this new stable, most likely. It wouldn't surprise me.
William Regal managing Bryan Danielson and Jon Moxley.
It's great, right? Who would have thought? the grand sensei.
Let's look back. Let's take something back because I looked at the stats this morning. A year ago at last year's Revolution, Punk wasn't in wrestling. Regal was NXT GM. Bryan was main event in WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Look where we are now.
Times have changed. Yeah, crazy, right?
Oh my God.
It is absolutely crazy. But yeah, glad to see Regal still active in the wrestling world. Great coup for AEW. Obviously, TK obviously did the usual sign saying he's all elite. So that is official. I'm really excited. I just
you think we'll finally get? Curious. Yeah, do you think we'll finally get the heel Regal we were meant to get for Raw, where he controls the show?
I'm cool with it. I'm cool with that. I just want him to mispronounce certain people's names, Umanga, and then some. They can't do it, but maybe just do their own version of War Games somehow. I don't know.
He just shouts blood and guts.
Yeah, blood and guts. Definitely.
How do you think Adam Cole and Keith Lee and all those NXT guys are feeling right now?
Relieved and panicky. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that happs, man. He must have
been
a great
fucking
person.
Red Dragon and Adam Cole are just like, we're gonna get so many fucking cage matches right now.
That very damn true. Very, very damn true. But yeah, I'm happy for William Regal. I think I got a picture of him somewhere. Actually.
Yeah, top right.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. For those that can't see. Yeah, this is my see, look at that. Legendary guy right there. Legendary guy.
So, I remember we spoke about Regal getting released and you were so fucking sad.
It was what? It was so sad.
You were so sad when Regal got released.
Yes. I'll go put up later. Yeah, it really hurt me, man. It really hurt me. Because yeah, like we had like about 20-30 minute conversation afterward, and he didn't need to. It was like the guy's so humble, and it was just like you know when people say you shouldn't meet heroes.
Yeah.
He's an exception. Definitely meet your heroes, man, because it was so content and just happy with life and just happy to be there. So yeah, definitely, it really hurt me. But yeah, he's in a better place now.
Yeah, the match was actually great between Mox and Bryan.
100%. Yeah, very technical, very hard hitting. Yeah, I can't say. I think it was. Yes, they traded blood as they promised that they were going to do. Yeah, the chemistry between them is great. I can't say anything less. Or can I say anything more? It was just very, very good match between the two. Obviously, Moxley won. It was
weird from where I was. I couldn't really tell who won because like Bryan did a bridge, but then how did it look? Who actually won? Because it was really confusing for us.
So yeah, obviously, I think so. It was Bryan. I was just spoke about calling Daniel Bryan. So Bryan obviously had him in some choke, and then obviously Moxley did like an overhead bridge. But you could definitely see that his Bryan's shoulders were to the, but it was so bent up but his shoulders were to the mat. And then once he hit 3, that's when he flicked his head up. He was like, "What the hell happened? Like, why did you do that?" kind of thing.
So it wasn't really like a bad finish.
It wasn't a bad finish. It was unexpected,
right?
But yeah. it was because I was thinking of something more definitive finish. But yeah, no, it wasn't a botched finish or anything like that. It was definitely a clean pin. But it was what kind of owner sold it was that Bryan wasn't struggling like he was. You know when people do them kind of things, they're trying to like wiggle out of it, but he just sat there. And then he just waited till the pin was done, and then he complained. It was kind of weird. I think that's what people kind of was not sure about it. But yeah, overall, it was expecting anything less from the match. It was great. Anthony says in the comments, Soul and Chaos. With Regal getting involved in the storyline with Danielson and Moxley, do you guys think this is setting up a tag team, or is it a slow burn to a stable with these two guys? I'm hoping it's more of a stable than a tag team. I want them to expand it.
I feel like it will be like a mentorship pyramid. Regal at the top, instructing Bryan and Mox, giving advice to them, and then Mox and Bryan will pass that on to the guys who are going to take under their wing. Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking. I would rather much see that 110%.
Another thing I would like to see with Regal as well, if possible. I would like to see Tony or someone be the GM of AEW, and then Regal maybe goes and be the GM of ROH.
I don't know if I want to see official figures anymore, man. We got them. I'm so burnt out of them because of WWE.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm tired of, like, we're still getting them now to this day, like with Sony Deville. I'm just burnt out with them.
But Regal's so good as a GM.
I know. He's good, but
will we see him in the ring? Can he go in the ring? Nah.
Have you seen that belly of his? Nah, man. He's a dad now. He's got an uncle belly now, man. Nah. He's good. I even asked him when I met him. He's like, do you feel that itch to get in the ring? And he was like, no, I don't miss it. I think I've done my time and I'm content with everything I've done.
Anyway, Regal's great on the mic anyway, so whatever he's gonna do, he'll be great for AEW, and he could just do great promo classes on psychology with the younger guys as well. Yeah,
absolutely stupid for the WWE to get rid of him, but WWE's got a WWE in it, so yeah, that was that. So so yeah, that was great. What was this? If Regal is the importance of Moxley and Danielson setting up a stable, who do you guys think will join in your opinion?
Daniel
Garcia, Lee Moriarty, 110%.
I could see Brock Anderson joining as well.
Why not? Yeah, I'm cool with that. Actual wrestler, like people that wrestling technicians
and brawlers. No flippy dippy shit for Brian and Moxley.
Yeah. Maybe even what's that? Wheeler Yuta? Because I feel like he's out of place at this moment. He needs a home.
I have Leila Hirsch in there.
Leila Hirsch, yeah, I'm cool with that. Yeah. But then again, you don't want to make it feel like I don't know if you're really following them. The Diamond Mine. I know. I guess
who? Fucking Diamond Mine. Yeah, Roderick Strong, their leader.
Yeah. But I'm just like, obviously, you don't want to make it too reminiscent in terms of, like, you got all these technicians and all this kind of stuff, and it's like, But I guess I think it'll be different, maybe. Yeah, just like you said, brawlers and technicians. I guess it'll be probably different. So Anthony actually says there's actually a dispute that Moxley didn't even win the match, because if you look from the camera angle on the other side of the ring, Danielson's arm was off the mat. Okay. See, they didn't show that in the replays. So
I couldn't see it from my position live, so I guess I'll have to buy the pay-per-view on Fight and give it another rewatch, which I'm happy to do, because I'm gonna hear it like with commentary as well, which will be fun.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, definitely. I would recommend it 100%. So yeah, that what was
next match.
Yeah, next match. Sorry, I'm just this multitasking. So yeah, next match was of course the Tornado Trios match, which consisted of Hardy, Andrade El Idolo, I always get his name wrong, and Isaiah Cassidy versus Sammy Guevara, Darby Allin, and Sting. Now, considering that this match didn't really have much of a story, it was kind of like it was, it was kind of thrown in very randomly, in my opinion. This was actually quite fun, even though people say it was kind of overbooked, or too much was happening. I thought this was very fun, a bit too fun at certain points, I must say. It was it definitely didn't need to be as fun as it needed to be, if that makes sense. Especially with certain big spots that happened. But yeah, what was this like in what was the atmosphere like when you saw this live?
This was like a fucking escalator. It just got higher and higher and higher.
Yes.
I mean, I got to see Sting wrestle live, so that's something I can say.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's a good point.
But I would say my favorite out of all those 6 guys is probably Andrade El Idolo.
He looked like he not freestyle, but the way he was fighting was very like like he was thinking on the ball. Like there was that bit where he caught, I don't know if he caught him, but he got Sammy Guevara and he was actually just carrying him, and he just, I don't know how he guessed the trajectory precisely, but he just chucked him and he landed perfectly on the guardrail.
I want Andrade to be in the main event picture so bad.
Yeah, I think definitely.
I'm still pissed that he didn't win the TNT title on Rampage.
Yeah, I was kind of voting for him. Or I was definitely kind of voting for him to win.
But what about that fucking spot at the entrance ramp with Private Party and Sammy?
What happened? I mean, yes, Jesus Christ! All right, so wait, did that one happen first? Yeah, that one did happen first. So
Happened first.
So that one was basically they were setting up all they stacked all these tables by the entranceway, and then I think they put Sammy Guevara on one of the tables. Isaiah Cassidy went up onto one of the stage parts.
Mhm.
Basically, I think he was going to do a splash. Sammy Guevara said, "No, fuck that shit." Kicked off the other half of Private Party. Then he climbed up, having a little punch up, and then he basically had him like in like a rock bottom kind of position. And then he was just like, did this crazy thing. And the guy literally did a Spanish fly all the way down to the tables. It looked rough, it looked tough, but it was absolutely amazing. What was the crowd like when you saw that? Or what was you like when you saw that?
Mate, it was when getting the tables out, we knew something crazy was going to fucking happen.
Oh yeah.
And then Isaiah was up there on himself, and it was just like, oh, we're not doing this. And Sammy went up there and was like, oh no, we're doing this. Get your prayer beads out because someone's going to fucking die from this shit.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been even sweeter if the tables did properly break. I think.
Yeah, because one didn't break, was it? The left one didn't break.
Yeah, and the other one just went flat. Like it broke, but it just went flat on the floor.
That wasn't the craziest table spot of the fucking night. Because
no, Sting was just like, hold my beer. so when that happened and they were just out for the count,
Butcher and Blade came in.
Sorry?
Then Butcher and Blade came in.
Butcher and Blade came out of nowhere. Yep, they were basically just cleaning up house. And then of course Matt Hardy and Sting were brawling. And this spot basically stunk Royal Rumble 2000. So Butcher and Blade just obviously stacked up about, I think it was 4 tables.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was a little area where Andrade Idolo and Darby Allin were brawling. And then they were right next to the stack tables, and then they basically did a double punch. Darby Allin fell, but then Andre El Idolo fell onto one of the stack tables. Sting basically was fighting off Matt Hardy up on this upper bit, and then he eventually knocked Matt Hardy out of the way, said, all right, you're out of the way. And he just looked at the crowd. He was just like, fuck it. I believe I could fly. And then he just literally, that hang time was crazy. He proper jumped and flew all that 3 and crashed through 3 out of the 4 tables.
You remember when people were saying, oh, Sting's too fragile in the ring?
Yeah, he was just like, fuck all that noise. I am Sting, bitch. And he just completely took out Andrade El Idolo along with 3 tables. And it looked fucking sweet. I thought they were gonna dial back on this stuff with the madness that happened with Matt Hardy a couple years ago. Because I was worried. I thought Matt Hardy was gonna do the bump, and I was just like, yo. But then Sting took on amongst himself, and it was a great spot. Very, very good. Very well done. What was going through your mind when you saw Sting starting to fly?
How is this 61-year-old doing this?
The guy was literally looking at the crowd, hair all frazzled, looking like flipping Doc Brown from Back to the Future, and he just freaking flew off. And it was the hang time, like that was a great height. That was a big height. But yeah, he pulled it nicely. And then after obviously when all that madness happened, they had to bring it into the ring in order to defend. The match had to be a pin or submission in the ring. And it ended up being between Darby Allin and Matt Hardy. He was about to do the twist of fate through the chair. Darby Allin obviously reversed it. I think he threw the chair into Matt Hardy's throat, and then he did some move. And then he eventually did the coffin drop, which was also one of the downers on the match. He undershot it, or maybe Matt Hardy didn't get in position quick enough, and he barely touched him. It was really weird. But yeah, eventually Darby Allin and Cole got the win with that, even though it was the botched finish. But yeah, what did you think of this match? Provided how hectic it was.
Yeah, way better than it needed to be.
100%. I thought this would have been on a buy-in, because especially how there's no story. They tried to build some story into it with the TNT match on Rampage, but yeah, it just all came out of nowhere. But I'm happy for it, and yeah, it earned its co-main event spot for sure.
Yeah, man, fucking well.
Very, very, very well done. But of course, it came to the main event, which was of course Hangman Adam Page versus Adam Cole, baby, for the AEW World Championship. Yeah, I'll just what was your thoughts on this match?
It blew my expectations out of the way.
Okay. What was the crowd like for Adam Cole?
Over as fuck. Baby was loud as shit.
I can imagine. Yeah, definitely. I thought this was definitely good. Much better than I thought it was going to be. I think it could have went either way. I would have been fine with Adam Cole winning. I would have been fine with Adam Page winning. Yeah, it was back and forth. Obviously, there was numerous attempts that he was trying to do the Page was trying to do the buckshot lariat. There was numerous times where when Cole was trying to go for the Panama Sunrise. There was some interference from Red Dragon. They tried to set up a table outside. However, it went to Page's advantage, and he basically did the dead shot onto the table, which looked brutal. I've noticed lately it doesn't seem to hit that properly as much now. It's because I know that the head is meant to go in the middle of between his legs, but then lately I've always seen everyone have their head outside to the left or the right. I don't know what it is. It's because I don't know if it's safety issues or what. I don't know.
Who knows?
And another thing as well, just as another side note, I've never seen the Tombstone Pile Driver being used so many times in a single pay-per-view. It was about 3 or 4 times I've seen everyone use the Tombstone Pile Driver. I was like, okay, is this a sign? Or are they trying to get Taker again?
Piss off.
But yeah, so yeah, obviously Red Dragon trying to interfere. Obviously it wasn't enough. And then ultimately Page basically hits the Cole also hit the Panama Sunrise onto the concrete floor. Still wasn't enough. And then ultimately Page basically did his version of what's it called? Is it lower the boom? Is that the move? The knee hit?
The boom.
Yeah, the boom. And then eventually hits the buckshot lariat. And yeah, the streak is over for Adam Cole. He is now succumbed to the hands of Adam Page, and he still is your AEW World Champion. So yeah, so you were fine with the outcome of this match? Do you think the right person won?
Yeah, it's not ready yet for Page to lose it.
Yeah, I'd say so as well. Yeah. Like I said, I would have been fine either way, but yeah, I would say that I'm cool with it, and yeah, I'm here for CM Punk and against Hangman Adam Page for sure, definitely.
Probably a double or nothing.
Yeah, they need to have a big marquee match for that. So yeah, 100% a double or nothing. So Anthony says, when Kenny Omega gets back, do you guys think that separates the Young Bucks from Adam Cole, or do they go back with Kenny and Adam goes with Red Dragon? And what would you call that group?
You want to take the first one?
Yeah. So when Kenny Omega, do you think? Yeah, I think they're going to separate them. There is basically a civil war going on between them, so there is going to be some friction. I think that's going to be probably set up for double or nothing. Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks versus Red Dragon plus Adam Cole. What I'm going to call them, I have no freaking idea. I'm very bad with stable groups. What about you? What's your thoughts on that?
I thought it was absolutely great, and think it's a great idea to have Kenny come back soon. I feel like he's going to go with the Bucks. He's not going to go with Cole and Red Dragon. That's going to be like a trios feud. I mean, if Kenny did go with Adam and the Red Dragon Bucks, and maybe just call it the Best Belt Dragons or something like that.
The Best Belt Dragons. Fine. Whatever. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's cool. I'm cool with that. Yeah, definitely. And he said also something else going back to the tag team match. He says, honestly, Andrade feels like a weird fit with the Hardy family office. I thought he would have had his own stable. Well, eventually, the whole thing I think is to get Hardy out. I think that's the whole point for him to get Hardy out, and then it's going to be the Hardy Boys. Basically, that's that's what it is. And then it's going to obviously they're going to have the little nostalgia run, and then that's it. So, it will eventually become Andrade FO, like AFO, because his name is at the front. So yeah, it's going to happen. But yeah, eventually it will happen. So yeah, going back to the pay-per-view as a whole, I thought it was it's not AEW's best pay-per-view. I think that one's still All Out 2021. But yeah, definitely is solid. It didn't, even though it was a lot of matches, none of them outstayed his welcome. They all were superbly timed. Every match felt like it had its place there for the most part. And yeah, I can't fault it. I think this is definitely an 8 or even a 9 out of 10 for me. What about you, Soul?
I think because I was there live, I have a bit of a bias. So
understandable.
Best AEW pay-per-view is close. Is that or All Out 2021? But in terms of ranking, I'm going to give this a 9.5.
Oh, God damn it. Yeah, you are being very biased. Fair enough. Obviously, yeah, with the atmosphere and, you know, everything else. Yeah, I can't say that this was the best one because, I mean, it's very hard to beat CM Punk's first match and 2 debuts from non-secret debuts of Bryan Danielson and Adam Cole. It's very hard to top that. So yeah, I think definitely this is probably the top three best pay-per-views of recent memory. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna give it a solid 9, 110%, 9.
I'll just say here, there's some breaking news just coming in just now, Chaos. FTR are now opening to take independent bookings.
What the fuck does that mean?
So it looks like, as well as their AEW appearances, they'll be taking bookings from elsewhere as well.
Okay.
So we can maybe finally see FTR in NWA or anywhere else.
Oh, so it's finally FTR versus the Briscoes.
Hopefully.
Oh yeah. I got their message right now. So they've said, all Cash and myself have ever wanted to do is wrestle, but just wrestling isn't enough. We've talked on countless interviews about how important leaving a legacy is to the two of us. When speaking of legacy, it's not just a buzzword. We absolutely mean it. To leave that legacy, and to prove where what all of our heroes and peers say, we have to wrestle the best teams in the world. At the end of the day, when it's all over, we want all our fans to proudly be able to say FTR was the best. And saying that, we've decided to take a select few independent bookings. Our agent handling our wrestling match bookings will be completely separate from our agent who handles our appearance bookings. We love wrestling and we're extremely excited about the match possibilities we can have in the future. Cash and I hope we can continue to build on the legacy we've carved out for ourselves. Okay, so there you have it. And as people saying, I saw book FTR and thought y'all were leaving AEW. That's why I was worried, but okay. All right, so no panic. It's fair enough.
No panic.
Yeah, why not? Go out and leave. And that's one thing that I'm sure they're happy that they're not with WWE because
they can go wherever they want.
They could do whatever the fuck they want with Tony Khan's blessing. And there's the trust there that they ain't going to like bash the company or show them in a bad light. So yeah, that's very, very good move. Happy for them. Why not do some dream matches? I don't know who, like, besides the Briscoes, I'm not sure who else they would try and face. What Enzo and Cass? Yeah.
Matt Cardona and Brian Myers.
There you go. That's Oh, they could show up at GCW.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. I don't know Impact Wrestling's tag team division. I don't know if even they have a tag team division. They don't really talk about it that much over there.
The Good Brothers, the Design. They've got a few.
Motor Machine Guns, maybe.
Yeah.
About. But fair enough. Yeah, okay, yeah. I'm happy with them. Let's see what happens. So yeah, that's what we have on that. Now, let's top it all off or to finish it off. In terms of wrestling news, for those that actually watch or play the WWE video games, there is now talks between WWE and one of the a major company that has been voted worst video game company on 3 occasions, two of those times consecutively.
It wasn't just worst video game company; it was worst company ever.
It was worst company ever. Oh, but there you go then. I mean, that's an awesome distinction, right? Awesome distinction, right? Now, I'm a huge video game head. Like I get all the latest games. I got a PS5, I got an Xbox, all that kind of stuff. So, and I'm looking to get WWE 2K22, which is out this Friday. Let me know in the comments if you want me to pull up Let's Plays on here.
Hey, I'm getting it as well, so we could do a versus GM mode.
That is, I heard that it's not, you can't do it online though.
Isn't that fucking bullshit? No,
you could do it's only couch co-op, which is fucking stupid. Otherwise, I would love to do that. I really wanted to do that, but it's been confirmed. Bullshit. So yeah, the way we could do it is if obviously we just share play, but I mean, like, it's freaking weird. Anyway, so yeah, prior to that, WWE. This is coming from Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select. And he has said WWE has had talks with EA for future video games. This could be huge for the WWE gaming brand. Yeah, it could be huge, but not for the best reasons. Now, for those that don't know about EA, obviously that's EA Sports. They do FIFA, they do Madden, they do NBA. They've had a lot of controversy by, selling loot boxes to kids. Trying to obviously monetize everything. They had a lot of big bust up with regarding the Star Wars franchise, trying to do pay to win schemes. There's huge talks for them to like try and get like boycott their franchises for other companies to do them right. So yeah, they are famous, but for the wrong reasons these days. But they've unfortunately got a huge stranglehold on the sports industry. Now, the reason obviously that I have a few reservations with regarding this deal is obviously it's EA, and the fact that they are going to pretty much do everything or try to monetize everything that is in there, the loot boxes and flipping my WWE and in terms of Ultimate Team and all this kind of stuff, and they all seem to always put their games on this Frostbite engine, and it's not always great.
No, it's only made for first-person shooters, not everything else.
But even when it's first-person shooters, it still sucks. Look what happened with Battlefield 2042.
Oh god, I heard that was terrible.
That game is absolute tragedy. They've killed one of one of their very last great franchises, and it's completely obliterated it. So they used the Frostbite engine on certain games that it just does not work right. Like they've done it on UFC. It's not great on UFC. They put it in FIFA. It always feels the same, looks the same, has the same bugs for years.
I mean, look
NFL, Anthem. They tried to put on Anthem. Look how big of a flop that was. It's just really, really bad for them. But for some reason they just keep on pushing it on this engine, this outdated engine. So yeah, it's not a really great look for WWE if they somehow go to, because obviously EA has got the money. They could definitely, pretty sure they can outbuy 2K if they wanted to.
I think it really depends on what happens to 2K 2022 if it sells well.
If it sells well, yeah. And there was talk about them obviously expanding this, obviously for future games. But yeah, it's true. It all depends on 2K22. nose. Sorry. But yeah, I am not excited for this. Definitely not excited for this. What was your thoughts when you heard this news?
I think I'm done buying wrestling video games from WWE if this happens.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, because I'm more and more, when I heard this, I'm more and more looking forward to AEW's game right now. That looks like, don't be surprised if it might have some teething problems because this will be their first game, but
Yeah.
they're dealing with Ukes, and Ukes has obviously have a great track record with all their previous SmackDown games, SmackDown versus Raw, Here Comes the Pain, all that stuff.
Well,
so
I have an incentive to buy that game because I'll be in it.
Oh yeah, he was part of the Ricky. Yes, of course. So again, this motherfucker. It was at I think it was at AEW Dark tapings, weren't you? And then they said they were actually at Universal, and they were announcing that they were actually going to record some audio. And did you see any difference? Were they announcing that they were recording, or did they do
came
anything
out basically before the matches, and halfway through they came out and said, "All right, you guys are going to be recording crowd chants for the video game." So we're like, "Oh, cool, hype!" So they had us chant for, if I remember on the top of my head, Adam Cole, The Elite, Kenny Omega, Sting. Who else? I think that was it. But the big one that was surprising to us was Owen Hart.
But they got the rights to him now. So yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay.
I definitely think that was all of them. There probably are other ones that I can't remember on the top of my head.
Okay. So it was quite a lengthy thing that they were doing in terms of recording.
It was a good solid minute of chants.
Okay. Nice. Okay.
Oh, and MJF. They had us chant MJF.
Oh, okay. MJF is going to be a face. Interesting.
No, because the crowd were being dicks and we're just going MJF, and one guy was going MJF sucks. MJF sucks.
Fair enough. Okay, cool. So there you go then. So maybe more incentive. I'm more looking forward to AEW. I'm hoping it comes out by this year. Something tells me it probably won't, because it's gone really quiet for the longest of time lately.
Yeah, remember they used to do updates on AEW games on their YouTube channel, but I think they've done one in a couple of months.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I know games take a lot of time to do and all that kind of stuff, but yeah, I'm kind of worried that it might try and push it back, and then try to blame COVID and stuff to them working from home. But yeah, definitely if EA goes, if I see EA Sports, it's in the game at the beginning of a WWE game, yeah, I'm done. They're probably going to start trying press start. Okay, £5 if you want to play the game.
£5 if you want to play as Orange Cassidy.
or no, $6 if you want to play as him without his glasses. And another $2 if you want him to actually take off his jacket and play with his hands in his pocket. So yeah, it's dark times if it goes to EA. I mean, what company, if you could take it from 2K, what company would you want to actually take over the franchise?
There's not really many companies who've done wrestling games because they're a weird niche.
Yeah, and all the good ones have pretty much all gone bankrupt in it. So THQ obviously was
gone,
the staple. Acclaim, they're gone. See, when EA did wrestling games, we got WCW Mayhem and Backstage Assault. So that's why I'm having trust issues. You know what I mean? So yeah.
If I had to pick a company who I trust to do games well, give it to I don't know if they could though. Insomniac,
yeah. I would like, yeah, they'll be very different for them. They'll wackify it. They'll make it very wacky. But yeah, Insomniac in terms of trust issues, and yeah. What other game what other game company I would give it to? I mean, we might have to bring this up as a conversation in a later episode. Ooh.
The game
Bethesda?
Yeah, Bethesda. Yeah, because they'll release it 16 times before the sequel.
Oh no! CD Projekt Red. That's what I'll give it to.
Fuck off.
Oh man, an RPG version of WWE, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, it'll just be broken, like Raw.
It will just be broken, 110%, 100%. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments as well, guys. What company would you want to take over the WWE franchise if 2K somehow relinquishes it? Because yeah, I miss THQ, man. I missed them so much for the wrestling and wrestling games. But yeah, c'est la vie, c'est la vie. But yeah, on that note, guys, this has been the AEW review episode of Revolution. I hope you enjoyed it, of course. And as always, thank you very much, Saul, for joining us.
It's been a pleasure. I'm just gonna cry about my wallet, pretty much.
I'll be crying with you as well, and just feeling the pain, because I know it felt good at the same time, but then afterwards you just like you just hear them faint cries from your wallet, just crying its eyes out. But yeah, I feel it for you now. But yeah, as always,
I gotta get that belt through customs now.
Yeah, just like, do you know who I am? I am a former UFC lightweight champion. This is the real belt. Yeah, but yeah, enjoy that, and obviously, hope to see you back in the UK soon. But as always, guys. Hopefully, guys, make sure you also follow Wrestling Republic and official_TITT for all the breaking news, debates, rants, quizzes, all that stuff. This has been Taken to the Table. Until next time, guys, peace.